Hello, hello, and welcome everybody once again to the adult table, the one and only as far as I'm concerned. And if anybody else tells me otherwise, I'll tell them to go straight fuck themselves up their own ass with their father's dick. Freeform conversation between two friends just talking shit, as we always do. I, of course, am your partially and somewhat inebriated host, Trav, brought to
as is,
you
as is tradition.
as is tradition, brought to you with always with promotional consideration, with the most utmost respect for the gooch, the one and only, the 500-pound bench pressing vanilla gorilla himself, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Fats.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. How are you, my friend?
I cannot complain. I have been worse, so
We
it's a good
we
day.
all have, but
It's a
you know
good day.
what? Some people will claim that they're worse off now than before for inexplicable and ridiculous reasons.
Yeah, my body, my choice.
I mean, that's just one of
My
them.
reproductive rights are being taken away.
I can't use the women's bathroom because I'm a man.
God damn it! If they don't let me in this chick's bathroom to take a major dump, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I swear to God, I'll punch a woman right in the face.
Right in her fucking face. Yeah,
That's
I'm if I sound a little nasally, I'm a little stuffed up today. I don't know why. Like I just had like this like sinus thing come out of nowhere this morning, and it's very non-threatening. Like it doesn't like I'm not sneezy and like drippy and like all that. It's just like pressure.
congestion.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of making my voice sound a little more retarded than usual. So I
Slightly
apologize for
more.
that.
Get yourself some Mucinex D.
Oh yeah, no, I chugged Mucinex this morning and Sudafed and all this other stuff, and just like it's fucking won't leave me alone. So hopefully I will kill it with fire tonight, aka vodka, and I will go to bed and I will wake up a brand new man tomorrow morning.
Yes, I hope the same for you as well.
Yes, because I turned 41 in a couple of days, well, like a couple weeks, and because I'm almost 41 now, I have a very important day tomorrow. I have to potentially drive to Foxborough to a hobby store to go scout out a new model train. So because that's what old people do when you get this age. You
That's
start
what.
getting into shit like model trains.
If you're over the age of 8 and you're into trains in any way, whether it be real trains or model, you are on the spectrum.
Oh, 100%. Like my autism is kicking hard these days. Like I have my train set up around my tree and downstairs for the Christmas tree, and I'll just sit there and just watch it going. It's like, but my mom definitely took Tylenol when she was pregnant with me. So and it shows because I love watching things go in circles, whether it be race cars or trains or whatever. Think, ooh, this is fine. So yeah, my tism's been kicking, and now I decided I want to put a model train up downstairs at my above my bar, like a little like just really a little one like going around the top, like around the ceiling, and yeah. So that's my goal tomorrow. So I'm like, no, I gotta be feeling good tomorrow to drive to Foxborough. Like, you know what I mean? So I can go spend hundreds of dollars on some plastic train that I can then spend hours suspending from the ceiling, because autism.
No, I
So yeah,
mean, visually that's going to look awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, as far as like making it all happen, I remember being a client of the Clipper Ship, the barber
yep,
shop, for years, and Russ and his wife would. I'd been going there forever. They eventually will let you into the back of their house, essentially, and he has a whole giant. That whole back room is essentially a giant model train thing. And I
yep.
remember being a kid, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. But now I'm thinking back, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad. Like they didn't have kids of their own. They,
Well, you say that, but it is a lot of fun and it is very satisfying for some odd reason. Like my dad retired and like once he retired, he could smoke weed, and once
nice.
he started doing that, like all of a sudden he just started building shit like out of nowhere, and he got super into trains and RC trucks. And now I have RC trucks. Like I've inherited some of his because now he's old. He's like, I don't want these things anymore. They're taking up room in my garage. Take them. He's like, I'm gonna sell them if you don't take them. I'm like, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
taking all these trucks down. I'm like, sweet dude, like cool, thanks, like love this. And so anyhow, so now I have like no room downstairs in my basement. Now now I'm like getting into trains, and I'm like, fuck, I want trains. And yeah, so the tism's kicking in. But my dad started building. He built this model train thing in his garage, and it's fucking sick. like, like just the detail in it is absolutely insane.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, do I have like early onset old man? Is that what's going on? Like, I golf, I play with model trains, and I watch things go in circles. Like, I am definitely on the spectrum.
Yeah,
And getting old. I'm old on the spectrum now.
Yeah,
when you're young on the spectrum, it's like cool, but now it's like nah.
Yeah, I'm not that much older than you, but I'm not doing that shit. But you know, different strokes for different folks, and you're doing what my dad should be doing now that he's retired, and finding something that will keep him busy and occupied. Because he is.
That's what my dad did. He needed something to do. He was like, and my dad likes to build shit, and he did, and he like. My dad built like houses like from scratch. Like he would sit there and like clip the heads off of like 1,000 matchsticks, like 1,000 matches, just so he had the sticks. And then he has a scroll saw, like this tiny little scroll saw. It's like a little teeny blade, and he would 45 all. That's about it. So like constructing something like that detailed, and like it's hard. Like I tried to build a model race car last winter, or yeah, it took me like almost a year to build the thing because I was fucking retarded, and it came out pretty good, like for my first time building one since probably 6th grade. And
yeah,
but it was like a little replica NASCAR of my my iRacing car, so it's like my row 1 seat 1 car. And
that's
like
cool.
I don't really give a shit about the interior of it. I just want the body to come out cool, but you got to build the whole thing to make it fit together and look like a real race car. So it's like fuck. So I did, and it took me forever, and it was a pain in the fucking ass. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And like it was just, dude, it was so funny. I was like, this is definitely like old man shit I'm doing.
It can be considered that. I mean, there's other shit that is also up there that necessarily isn't, like painting miniatures or building other models like cars or other model figurines.
Oh, dude, I'm like
painting them meticulously.
I will go down these like rabbit holes of like watching people paint like Warhammer miniatures.
Yeah,
for hours. Like I'll just be like saying like, whoa, that's so cool. And I'm like, how did they even think to do that? Like the detail in them is insane. And I'm like, I would just sit there and be like, yeah, this one's black.
He's got a red cape and he's black.
Yeah, and its visor is silver for whatever reason, because, and it would be like, it would look like a small retarded child like colored it in because like shit would be all out of the lines and like it would be all like dumb and it would look really stupid. But that's because I have no artistic ability whatsoever. Like when it comes to fucking like playing an instrument or like creating something artistically, nope, ain't me, bruh.
Hey, some people, just have the things going for them in terms of one thing or another. Some have a little bit of both.
Yeah, no, I can lift things up and put them down. Very good at that. I can drive. I play video games, but as far as creating artistically, not my thing, man.
And you could easily.
There's a lot of stuff I would love to be able to do, but
Well, you can easily pancake some dude.
Yep,
pretty much anybody.
Do. Yep.
So that's good.
Yeah, I do have some things going for me. Within the tism, I've learned to harness it. Like if you need to know who won the 1991 Daytona 500, I'm your fucking guy, bro. You know what I mean? But it's just like that's it. That's where it ends. Like dates, times, places. I can pretty much remember most things. If I can associate it with something, like what year did this song come out is one of my favorite games to play.
Right.
And it's just like, because I just have this ability to be like, oh yeah, let's see, I was at so-and-so's house the first time I heard this, and I hung out with him around this time in this grade, so it must have been this year. And then boom, I get the right answer. I'm like,
like, yeah, you've proven yourself to be good at that.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun for me. Like last year we were in Florida, and I'm freaking snoring. And I was in my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law were driving. We were coming back from, I don't know where we were in Florida, but we were coming back from lunch. And I'm just out like a light, and a song comes on, and I was like, man, 2003. And like, and I got it right, like just out of nowhere from a dead sleep. And they were like, what the fuck? My brother-in-law was like, he was like, looks at my sister-in-law. He's like, if he's right, I'm jumping out of the fucking car right now. He's like, what the fuck? And then she just starts dying laughing. She's like, yeah, he was right. And I was like, fucking yeah, I was like, I know.
Like, goddamn right.
Hell yeah. But
Fucking
yes.
A. But yeah, you may not have an artistic bone in your body, but you have some autistic ones. And speaking of autism, shout out to people in the chat right now, Kelsey and Iron Witch 1811. Hello, folks. Thanks for watching.
Witch. I like that. It sounds cool.
Yeah, sounds pretty metal, right?
Yeah, metal as fuck, bro. So I had speaking of metal, it's funny. My wife and I went to lunch this weekend, and I had just a Slayer T-shirt on. Just says Slayer on it. It's nothing fancy, like no caricatures or anything like that on it. And these like two people like just sitting next to us. This woman just looks at me and she's like, "Love your shirt," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude." And I think I told you about the story about how my wife thought their name was actually fucking Slayer. Because me and my brother, whenever like Slayer would come on, we'd be like, "Yeah, fucking Slayer." And then we went to Purchase Street Records, and like on the tab for the Slayer, it says "effing Slayer" on it. And my wife was like, "Wait a minute." She's like, "Is their name really fucking Slayer? I just thought it was Slayer." I'm like, "No, it is just Slayer, babe. That's just what we are. It's just what we say." And
yes.
Those people, the people at the restaurant, got a real kick out of that story. So,
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was good. It was good times. But yeah, fucking Slayer, dude. It's metal as fuck. Iron Witch, fuck yeah.
Goddamn right. That's all good. And speaking of autism again, we're gonna jump right into it. That is in regards to, well, not even autism. This is like pure. This is pure retardadium.
Yes, this is weapons grade retardation.
Yes, by the left in response to Trump going into Venezuela real quick, like
7 minutes or less.
Blinken and missed it and extracted the narco-terrorist dictator there who was running shit and refused to step down from power despite losing the election. Sounds a lot like somebody that the left thinks exists here but doesn't in his position.
Where have I heard this one before? Ah, yes.
And his wife, and they're all mad.
They are very mad. And that is, I think we've hit a point now in American politics and like and just American culture in general, like political culture, where I think it's time like people just start admitting that like I don't vote for policies, I don't vote for production, I just vote for the side. Like I just vote for the letter next to the name. That's it.
It's clearer now than ever because it's simply Trump.
Yes, because when Joe Biden was leaving office, they talked the administration talked all their tough shit, talking tough about, putting a $25 million bounty on this guy and all this shit. And it's like, and they did nothing to get him, but they were like, he's got to go. We stand with the people. I think Joe Biden said, I stand with democracy and the people of Venezuela. Maduro must go, or whatever it was. Like he has no place in this to be, no reason to be there, whatever it was he said. Yeah. And he talked all this shit, and then Trump goes in, gets the guy, I think in like 6 minutes and like 50 seconds. They're like in, out. It's just like, holy shit. Like they killed like 30 of his bodyguards, like just fucking like just awesome shit. Like I can't wait to see the movie on this. And it's gonna be the fucking quickest movie ever, but it'll be worth it. Yep. It'll be quicker than me watching an old school Tara Patrick movie. But they go in, they get him, and then like, and of course, and I'm like, I immediately when I saw it, because I think I was I at work that night? Yeah, I think it was Friday night, right? It was Friday night, and I saw everything going down on Twitter and everything. I'm like, oh shit, like this is happening. And I'm like crazy, and then people coming in the morning like, did you see we fucking bombed Venezuela last night? And nobody really knew like the details yet. And then we find out the details of it. We're like, oh. And the first fucking thing, hand to God, the first thing I said is, I cannot wait to see the people with I can't wait to see all these people come out and be like, I stand with Venezuela, democracy. Like,
and it's exactly what happened.
And the protest. And it was like fucking clockwork, dude. People come out and they're like, and of course you have all these people that are like, yeah, good going, Trump. You just violated international law. And it's like, first of all,
He started a war and he didn't get Congress's approval. And yeah, we can get into all that.
oh yeah, like
They're
I hate
wrong
to break
about
it to you.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and again, and I'll preface this whole, like, we can kind of preface this whole show with this, like, to those that are on the left, like, do you ever get tired of being wrong all the time? Like, it must be exhausting. It really must be, because every single time you guys say something and you're like, he's going to get us into World War III. And you're like, no, he isn't. And then he doesn't. And they're like, but he could have. And we're like, but he didn't. You're like,
How
what are you
many
talking about?
how many has he mitigated or stopped outright so far?
A bunch. Like, I
It-
think, like, what, 7
in
already
under
in the first year?
in under a year at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
technically under a year.
still
because he
under
was
a
there
year.
until the 20th. Yeah.
with this one just coming right now. So
Right. And so we get this douchebag out of pot. And the best part about it is that, like, you have all these people in Venezuela celebrating, cheering, like, they're like, fuck yeah, this guy's fucking out of here. Thanks, Uncle Donnie.
Yep.
Meanwhile, everybody in America is like, he's a fascist dictator, warmongering, elitist, fucking blah blah blah, whatever, racist. You're like, huh? Like, why is it that the people in the country are thrilled, but you fucking overly, I want to say overeducated, but you're not really smart, so you overschooled retards think that, like, this is somehow a bad thing.
yeah, exactly. And they're treating this so fucking poorly. Like it. Yes, I've seen countless videos of Venezuelan people celebrating it one way or another, whether it be in the streets or making a private video when they see the news, and straight up talking to the demographic I'm going to bring up right now, but being that hippopotamus that was walking around with a giant megaphone in Portland,
Yep.
screaming for Maduro to be released in a protest with a bunch of other sentient garbage bags filled with shit. And it's like, yeah, I can see that a lot of Venezuelan people that live there or had lived there under this regime in the previous one, because it's been over 30 years, that are happy about this, but we really need the opinion of this fat white woman from Portland wearing kefka, Palestinian, shamak.
Yeah. Well, a couple weeks ago it was free Palestine. Now it's free Maduro. You've got Mondami, the mayor of New York, sitting there like, well, they've extradited him to New York, and I'm going to be briefed on the situation. And blah, blah. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're a mayor. You're nobody. You're fucking nobody.
Oh
dude.
yeah, when Mondani was briefed, by briefed he means read it on X, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Trump administration came out and they're like, yeah, we didn't tell him shit, actually. So someone came out and was like, we didn't brief him. He was just reading the news like everybody else, because he's fucking nobody. He's a nobody. Like, even Kathy Hochul is like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you can't do any of the shit you said. And I get it. His little communist dictator buddy was ousted from power and basically kidnapped in the middle of the night by a bunch of bad motherfuckers doing gangster shit. And he's very upset about it. And that's very telling to me, because this fucking guy is a communist himself, but neither here nor there. But the point I was getting at is, like, the people that are mad, and again, like, this goes just like, all we have to do, Trav, in this day and age, to figure out, like, if you're ever unsure of something, like if a situation's good, bad, like, you should be upset, happy, or indifferent about it. Just look at the people, like, just look at how people are reacting to it. And, like, I have a certain section of friends or that are on the left, and if they're mad about it, I'm most likely going to be happy. So, and that's it. Like, the flak is always the thickest when you're right over the target. And when these people start fucking lobbing bombs and getting mad about something, you've probably done something good.
Absolutely. You're making all the right people mad because you're saying the right things. I don't pull any punches when it comes to speaking about these topics and issues and voicing my opinion on it, because you may not agree with me 100% or at all, but I'm going to say it, and I know it's probably going to be better than what anybody on that side of the fence has to say, because they can't form a rational thought.
No, because
and I'm surprised they're capable of breathing still on their own.
Their entire existence is based on emotion. and they just sit there and they're like, it's just a war over who can be the most empathetic towards whatever cause that we're rallying around today. Like they don't actually care. They don't have any like standards or morals or principles.
Well, that's the thing.
They
That's
just,
all well and good.
I care so much about the people of Venezuela that like we really shouldn't be dropping bombs in their capital. I'm like, you're a bit like, I don't know about you, but like, you ever been to Caracas? Like I mean, those of us that played Call of Duty are very familiar. It's kind of a dump. Like, it's not a nice place.
One could call it a shithole.
One would call it a shithole. I wouldn't, but somebody might.
In not so many words.
Yeah, like it's kind of a dump. Like it's kind of a fucking third world country. And like, I mean, I was looking like I was right off the coast of Venezuela. Like this time, what, last year or the year before? Yeah, 2 years ago. When from in Aruba, like we in Bon Air when we did the ABCs, and like we could see Venezuela, like you could see it across the water, and you're like, huh, son of a bitch. It's like it's right there, and you're like, yeah, it is right there. And most people couldn't pick it out on a map, which is funny. Like it's the big one at the top. Colombia's to the left, Brazil's down here, and I mean, I love the fact that they're like people are so the people on the left are getting super pissed off.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we're just there for their oil again. We did this in 2003 with Afghanistan. You typical Republicans and your oil. And I'm like, we might be there for the oil because I think Venezuela does have the most proven oil reserves in the world. Like, I think it's like some astronomical amount of oil that we know is there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely part of it. But the biggest part is getting that asshole out of his assumed power position.
And this guy who's in bed with China and Iran.
And again, yes, absolutely.
Only a couple hundred miles south of us, in our hemisphere, like that, like getting him out of power was paramount. And this is one of those rare opportunities where like our political interests and our like need for oil like both kind of like intersect, and it's like, wow, look at this, two birds with one stone. And
it was super easy. Awesome. It was almost like Ron Popeil with his
8 seconds. And sorry it took so long, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, quick and effective. You were quick, and she was effective.
I'm a model of efficiency. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just here to work. But
you may not like it, but Joey is what male peak male performance looks like.
I did take a Viagra this afternoon too, so
hey, giddy up.
That was for gym purposes.
Extra pump.
It is, dude. It is the best pump ever. It is such a fuck. It is so awesome. Like if you pop a Viagra and then just go hammer buys and tries. It is the best fucking thing in the world. It is.
I believe it.
Splitting pump. Because everybody thinks it's a horny pill, and it's like, no, it doesn't make you horny. It's a vasodilator. It just increases blood flow. So
yeah,
you work out a muscle group, blood flows to that muscle.
Yeah, you're gonna get a big dick, but you can also, you're gonna get a nice pump going on.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm like trying not to look at any female in the gym because any little bit of horniness will send me,
into tizzy.
Somebody might have to call the cops because they'll be like, sir, can you put that goddamn thing away? You're in public. Sorry, I took a Viagra for this pump, but look at my bicep veins. They're sweet, right? They're like, fuck you. They're like, I can literally see your cock veins through your gym shorts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Look how vascular I am, bro.
Every woman loves a vascular man, all over my body. I'm in a John Mayer now. You better be all right with it. But what was I saying before I got on this tirade about Viagra? 7 minutes. It was like in and out and done, which is fucking crazy. How and like here's my other thing too. Like, why is it that people in America are like? Why is the left, specifically American leftists, are such fucking pussies, dude? Like, why are they so concerned? They're like, how does this make us look to the rest of the world? Who gives a fuck? You live in America. You literally don't have to care what anyone else thinks of you. And that's the best part about being an American, is we can literally go. I literally went to France and told some French waiter who was being a fucking prick to me and my wife. I was like, yeah, you speak French, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, you're welcome. And he's like, huh? And I was like, if it wasn't for my fucking grandfather and a bunch of his buddies, your ass would be speaking fucking German. So why don't you show some fucking respect, you fucking French douchebag? And they were like, oh, you fucking typical arrogant Americans. You think we couldn't have won the war without you? I was like, no, bro, you were conquered. Remember when they hung the Nazi flag from the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, remember how that was going? Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were fucked. Like straight up the ass fucked.
Yeah, you guys brought us the military genius of the Maginot Line. Where you're like, yes, we will defeat any ground force. You're like, well, what about airplanes? You're like, what? What are those?
What do you mean this flying
they have
thing?
Airplanes now? They
this
use
flying automobile that you have made.
What the fuck are you talking about? But like people are like, everybody's all upset about how this makes America look, to the rest of the world. We're the laughing stock of the world. I'm like, I can assure you we are not the laughing stock of the world, because we could do this to any country, anywhere, at any point. And what this was, this fact that we got in and out of Venezuela in 7 minutes without spilling a single drop of American blood and leaving nothing behind but empty shell casings.
And no civilian casualties.
None. Is a testament and a shot straight across the bow of China that says, listen, like, we know you guys think your military equipment is really advanced. It's not. So just in case you were getting any wild ideas about invading Taiwan or doing anything, just remember we can do this, like, whenever we want.
Yeah.
And this country that was equipped with all your Chinese shit, all your Chinese weapons, didn't even know we were coming, had no fucking idea, probably didn't even get a fucking shot off.
If they were lucky, they might have. But
you literally captured a dictator of a country in 7 minutes, and got out without a fucking single piece of equipment being lost, let alone a life. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's unprecedented for sure. And shout out to Greg. What's up, buddy? I mean, tip of the cap to everybody involved in this. It was job well done.
It really is.
I can't praise it enough.
It sends a message to the rest of the world that, like, yo, like, fuck around, bro. Like, go ahead. Like, you realize that we are the United States of America. War is kind of our thing. Like, there are more guns in this country than there are people. Like,
yeah.
Even the Japs knew it. Like, in World War II, they're like, well, we can't invade the mainland. That's never going to work. Like, why not? Because there will be a rifle behind every blade of grass. Like, just imagine all the junkets in West Virginia, like, just setting traps for, like, a Chinese invasion force.
That's why the movie Red Dawn, as so much of a classic as it is, I'm like, no, those kids would probably fuck them up way worse than they actually did in the movie. And yes, it's fictitious, but it's like, even back then in the 80s, those kids would know what they're doing, and actually be better than what they're depicted in the film.
I mean, depending on the neighborhood you dropped into, like, could you imagine, like all of a sudden, like, some Chinese, like, invasion force rolls up in, like, Compton, or, like, South LA? You know what I mean? And they're just like, they're like, yo, give us all your shit. Like, the guy, like, nah.
Well, all of a sudden, all those people's differences, where they currently live and who they are, wouldn't mean anything, because you got a common enemy now.
Yeah, like the Bloods and the Crips are like, oh, this is the moment we've all been told. This has been foretold.
If the prophecy is being fulfilled.
It was prophesized by the great Tukey Williams that Bloods and Crips would one day join forces, and we would destroy the Chinese invaders. You're like, it was? Like, no. You put that. It was in a book. It was in the back somewhere, but it was in there.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is just, like, another example of why, like, people in America need to stop being such fucking bitch ass fucking pussies, because we run the goddamn world, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Without us, why do you think everybody freaks out every time Trump's like, yeah, maybe we'll just leave the UN? They're like, you can't do that. And he's like, why not? We don't need you. What are you providing us? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, watch me, bitch. I'm about to do it, and it's not going to matter to me or my people.
If we want a military base in your country because we need one because of logistics, we'll offer to buy it off of you. And then if you don't sell it to us, we'll just fucking take it. And there's nothing you're going to fucking do. oh, like you like all these trade routes in the Mediterranean open and free so that, people don't, see ships and do all this stuff. Cool. How are you going to do that without the United States Navy? Oh, that's right. You can't.
Yes.
And then, oh, who's got the second largest Navy in the world? Is it England? Is it France? Russia? China? No, it's the United States Coast Guard. So why don't you guys just sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and embrace being the fucking biggest, baddest motherfucking country in the world for once? It's kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, be proud of being here instead of being somebody that moves here, especially recently.
Mm.
I'm saying like last 10 years, maybe even more, and then complaining about being here from wherever you came from. I don't care where you came from.
Yeah, we don't
You're
need
here
your
now.
negativity, little Miss Complainy Pants.
You're here now. Assimilate, and also be thankful that you're here and you have way more opportunities probably than the places.
Yeah. They're like, you got your balls slung over your shoulder everywhere you go. You're just flexing on everybody.
Yeah, take a look at this. Yeah, I took a Viagra and I'm all jacked up and
yeah, I'm all jacked and juicy and tan as fuck. What
check out this pump.
Yeah, and but like there was several different countries, especially like Greece. We went to some of the we went to Greece and Italy, and people in those countries they're like, I wish I could move to America. If I had the money right now, I would take my whole family and move to America. And we're like, really?
Yeah.
Like, wow. I'm like, seems pretty good here. They're like, dude, it sucks here. They're like, America's where it's at. You can fucking do anything in America. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. You can, And like I said to an old man there was this old guy and his son and the like elderly man, probably like in his late 80s, early 90s. He's got a walker and he's in the grocery store on yesterday or Saturday. And he's like, and the son's like, Dad, one way, go the other way. I was like, fuck that. This is America. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And the old man's like, fuck yeah. It's just like keeps going. And the son starts dying laughing. And like he's just like the old man, just like, yep. And he's just grabbing his groceries. The son's helping him shop. And he's like, he's old. And the guy's just like, yeah, America. And just keeps like going, like whatever he said, like grumples. I was like, fucking America, bro. Do whatever you want. Like,
hell yeah.
Who's gonna stop you? But it was funny and shit.
Yeah, I'd get out and help that guy. Be like, yeah,
dude, absolutely. And like his like walker,
stop traffic.
His walker was like a model, like I don't know what the brand was, but it said F-22 on it. And I was like, yeah, it's because he's stealth. He doesn't want anybody to see him coming, so he can sneak up on people.
Mm-hmm.
And the son's like, yeah, you have no idea. And he's like, yeah, badass, right? And he's like, he's like not even like talking to me, just like mumbling as he's walking. It was fucking awesome. Like my wife's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, I'll tell you in the car. It's funny as shit.
No, see, that's great. We need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And less of the limp-wristed faggot shit that's been going on.
Well,
lately.
that's the thing. It's just like, bro, it's like, I get it. Like, not everybody is. I don't want to say built like us, but they're not cut from the same cloth. You know what I mean? Like, you need I hate to say it, but like we do need the effeminate, limp-wristed men in society because they fill a role, right? Like they're gonna do like kind of the gay shit nobody else wants to do. You know what I mean? And then guys that are cut from the cloth, we're the ones that do the shit that nobody else wants to do. We do the dirty work. You know what I mean? Like we're not afraid to get our fucking hands dirty and go, crack some skulls if we need to. Like
no,
yes, jump down into a fucking ditch and I get it. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yums, okay?
Oh, I am.
However, it's, very unbecoming.
It absolutely is, and I agree with you that, that everybody should have a role and find their place in the world. And there's jobs that some are better at others or better fitted for it. Some are better at others or better fitted for it than others. You and I fill, that blue collar column pretty well.
A dong in case I take a Viagra that day.
Yep. No, they all have their place.
Inseam's got to be stretched out,
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like, you get like, you got to, everybody's got a role to play, right? And that's fine. But this whole, like, and we've talked about this kind of a bunch on this show where like the left is like, they've become suicidal with empathy.
Yes.
And it's like, all right, like I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I have empathy. I do. Contrary to popular belief, I can feel bad for other people and put myself in their shoes and and say like, damn, like that sucks. We should help them.
Yeah, absolutely. As do I. It's
But
just
I'm
with
not
both of
going
us, it's wearing thin, and we only have so much.
that and there's only to a certain point. Like I can only like I'm all for helping those that are less fortunate. I'm not for helping those that are deliberately lazy and
Right.
take advantage of a system and then try to prey upon my emotions in order to get what they want.
Yeah, because it's manipulative. It's
Exactly.
and it's disingenuous. It. I will gladly give to those who need, but I have that fucking story of when I gave a sandwich and a Gatorade to a homeless guy after he asked me for $1, and I was like, I don't carry cash, but I walked in there, got him a sandwich, got him a fucking Gatorade. I handed it to him. He says he fucking threw it on the ground after I handed it to him, and he said I asked for a fucking $1.
Yeah.
So I told him, next time you see me, anytime you see me, don't ask me for a goddamn thing unless you want a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
I'll gladly
Well, it's
provide
like
you that.
you see those fucking people like standing on the corner of like Route 6 and 140, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the median, like spare change, and you're like, bro, like you got Jordans, like a fucking Gucci backpack, like you don't exactly look.
Also, in between the bridge, the Fairhaven New Bedford Bridge
Yep.
downtown, and downtown is as gentrified as it's becoming. There's still so many homeless people there.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. That's a whole problem within itself, you know, because you have, again, in this state, we don't do anything. We pretend like we're helping those that are in need, but it's really just a scam to fuck over everybody at the end of the day. And people fall for it all the time because they want to go online and, you know, glad dick themselves and tell everybody like, "Ooh, look what I did, look how good of a person I am, and look at how empathetic I am." And you're like, "Oh, cool, like you're an empathist, you're the best, you know, you're the king of all the empaths, you know, like good for you, dude. Like don't fucking care. I care about me, myself, and my family, and my immediate the people immediately around me. Like, and that's it. That's all I really can care about because I don't have the capacity to care about anything beyond that. If I don't take care of those around me first, like I will spread myself way too thin and I will have nothing. So if you see me spending, you know, $1,000 on a, you know, cockpit for a racing simulator, it's not because I hate homeless people. It's because I like my mental health. You know what I mean? Like, and fuck you, I worked for this shit, so you can kiss my dick. But
No, absolutely. It you should be able to enjoy all that shit because you worked for it and you earned it. And that's also as you said about those people, it's completely retarded. Like where do they get off thinking that way and thinking that everybody else should also think that way and that is the right way? I'm not saying I'm right about everything. Don't get me wrong on that. But
I am.
well, thank you. But
I mean, actually, that's not true. I was wrong. It happened once before.
at least you're man enough to admit it.
Yeah, well, it turned out I was right, but yeah.
They can never admit it. They can never admit when they're wrong. And here's the segue into the next thing, because this is about it. Uh, they seldom will admit when they're wrong and why they're wrong for doing it, and then
Mm-hmm.
resign in disgrace uh, for reasons that we're about to get into.
A
Of
la
course,
Tampon Tim.
we're talking about Tampon Tim,
Tampons.
the Red Menace.
I know I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, but that's okay. Before we get into Tampon Tim, let me go freshen up this drink real quick.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna fix myself one too. So yeah, we'll take a.
Because these vodka sodas are hitting real good right now, and I finally feel my sinus pressure going down. So I think the fire is working.
There you go, and I will get myself a bourbon on the
Oh,
rocks.
nice. What are you drinking?
Johnny Walker Black.
Outstanding. I'm a big Johnny Walker fan.
It's good stuff.
I do. I might have to buy a bottle of blue if the Broncos make it to the Super Bowl, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
We'll see. Yes.
Yes. All right. I'll be
All
back
right.
in a minute.
Yep. All right, I am back.
Yay, for we are back.
I got me my goddamn Johnny Walker right here. That's nice.
Mm.
Big ass ice cube too.
Mm. Got me a nice strong Kettle One and soda.
Hey, that's a good vodka.
It is a great vodka. It is my personal favorite.
Can't say I blame you.
It covers all the bases. Like if you want to make a martini, it's a great vodka. If you want to mix with something, it's cheap enough and it tastes good, but it's also inexpensive enough where you don't feel like you're ruining a really good vodka. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very good middle of the road. I like it better than Tito's. Tito's is a little sweeter, I think, which I'm not really a huge fan of, but it's okay. Tito's is good too, but
Tito's works well with pretty much everything.
yeah, it's a good catch-all vodka. You know, like I used to drink Svedka for the longest time, and because it was $20 a handle, as opposed to 30 for Kettle. And you know, when you drink 4 or 5 handles a week, $10 that shit fucking adds up. So
yeah,
you know, that's like basically a car payment at the end of the month. Death right now than I was when I finished my last drink.
100%. We all are.
Funny story, funny thing. Yeah.
Just like somebody is out of
yes, but
a
speaking
certain
of,
gubernatorial race.
What is it? Proverbial deaths.
Mm-hmm. Talking
Camp and Tim. I love this so much. Like this is tell me if I'm wrong, Trav, but does this not feel like the first time in maybe our lifetimes where people in power are being checked by little people like us, and things are actually starting to feel like they're happening?
Yes, even more so now, because I mean, influencers have always, quote unquote, influenced things for a while now in terms of the zeitgeist of, you know, the current state of the world with social media. Once anybody could do it from any device, essentially. But now it's finally come to fruition that somebody utilizing that did something, which is true just investigative journalism, and now caused a major rift, a major ripple in the pond, in the political pond,
Yes.
of influence. Shit, I lost you there, Joe. Earth to Joe. Shit, hold on a second. All right, got you back.
All right, we gooch.
But yes,
sometimes it just do that thing.
It do. It do.
We don't know why. We have no clue.
And yeah, we lost connection a few times too during the stream, but the stream kept going. But apparently it wasn't up for like a few seconds here and there.
Yeah, technology is a wonderful thing till it doesn't work.
Exactly. But yes, Tampon Tim. I lost my place where I was talking about him there, but I mean, this is just the icing. Oh yeah, with Nick Shirley.
Yep, we're getting to Nick Shirley.
This is literally the first time where this sort of thing has happened, and it has caused like a major thing to happen because of it. He had to address. Well, in fact, he's not addressing it by doing this, and he didn't address it in his farewell speech.
He really didn't
to his campaign.
He just totally like fucking passes the buck.
It was a bunch of gobbledygook. I told you earlier, I started reading it and then I couldn't finish it because it was just you described it as word salad. I was just like, this is just bullshit, so I'm not going to read all of it. But he's passing the buck. He's deflecting. He's not addressing why he's stepping out of the race. Just that he is. Because he wants to focus on his constituents while he's still in office. Well, the cap again now to Nick Shirley. uh, he did it. And like you said, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this happen before. It's been attempted. You know, there's always been this kind of stuff that's been happening dating back even before Geraldo with the Al Capone's vault, which ended up being nothing.
Right.
But at least he was doing something different at the time. And Geraldo's a piece of shit, but
Geraldo.
oh, Geraldo, he's such a sexy man.
Remember he used to lie about getting shot at all the time, and he's like, "Oh my God, we're in a war zone."
He had that chair thrown at his face, and it like
At
broke
one
his
time.
nose at one time.
Yeah, and that's it. He was just like, "I've been to war," and you're like, "No, you haven't. You got a chair thrown at your face. You're an asshole."
He did go to like Iraq, I think, afterwards, like during the Bush administration, but he was like in a hotel overlooking it, like.
Yeah, and then he like staged this whole thing, like his car was getting shot at and shit, and like.
Oh right, yeah, that didn't happen either.
Yeah, it was all staged. It was funny as shit, and he got exposed. He was like, "Well, sometimes we just need to do these things to make the point." And you're like,
"What?
No, that's not how this works at all."
So straight up lie.
Yeah, as long as it furthers our agenda, it's okay to lie. You know, it's like that show Whale Wars. You know, Remember that show?
Yes.
The show was terrible.
Yeah.
They just lied about everything. They were just like, the Japanese beat us up. It's like, yeah, because you illegally boarded their ship, you fucking morons. What'd you think was going to happen? And then it turns out like they didn't get beat up. They beat each other up in like the little holding cell they were in, and then told everybody the Japanese beat them up. And you're like,
yeah, well,
like, yeah, but it was okay because we were saving the whales.
That was the Greenpeace assholes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
but they did it to sell ratings and TV shows, and you know they had like the whole intro, and it was like the world is a vampire, and you're like, I saw that, but I did, and it was still that was not as gay as Whale Wars.
Yeah, I have a similar story. Yeah, when I was at Club Hell on Fetish Night one night back in the day, I walked in on
at Club Hell. I never went, but I remember the ads for it all the time.
Well,
I used to push that shit all the time. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was mostly there on Fridays for Rock and Roll High School Night, where they played like 80s stuff, and when it was 2 minutes to midnight, that it would be $2 shots of Jaeger at the bar for a minute. Well, for as long as the song played. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, one night I walked in on Fetish Night into the men's bathroom just to take a piss, and there was 3 guys, 2 of which were Eiffel Towering a guy.
Nice.
And I use that as an example of when somebody says something really gay, and I'm like, I walked in on that, and that's less gay than what you just said.
Yeah. I would love to know what that sounded like. I don't care for the visual. I just want to know what it sounded like. Like it was like,
and then, yeah, high five, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta complete the Eiffel Tower.
Gotta make it. It's not an Eiffel Tower unless you high five.
Exactly.
I just would love. I could definitely do without seeing it, but the sounds I think would be really funny. Because I think you could figure out exactly what's going on just based on the sounds. Like if you're just like taking a shit in the stall and that was happening like outside the stall or in the stall next to you, I don't think there'd be any question as to what was going on. Like,
the way they were going about it, though, in that formation, there was no way they were fitting in a stall.
No, that's true. Well,
so they were doing it like right in front of the sinks in the urinal.
I was thinking one of like the big handicap ones, that have like their own like little sink in the stall, But is it still there?
Well, it's still a building, but it's not a Club Hell itself closed a while ago. I don't know what it is now. It could be a fucking like restaurant for all I know at this point.
It's an upscale Mexican restaurant like in Union Street.
Oh, you mean the old Fisherman's Heroin Den?
The old National Club.
The National, which is now going to be a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, which it is, and apparently pretty good too. So.
Oh, it's open now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I heard the food's pretty good.
I'm still a no problemo guy myself, but
I boycotted No Probs after during COVID. Like,
yeah,
done. But No Probs is one of those places. Like me and my wife would go, like if we were craving Mexican sometimes, and when we had friends that worked the bar there, it was different. But now that time in my life has come and gone, and then they were like really like they were real big mass Nazis and shit during COVID, and that shit just rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna go. I'll just go to Chipotle if I need a burrito.
Oh, hey, that's fair. And if you're back in this area, Caloritos is actually really good.
Yeah, there is, and there's been a couple actually good
And
places that
me and
opened up.
and Toyos.
Yep. Like No Problems will always have a special place in my heart because there was a period of time where like we would go there on Thursdays before Beirut because we would
Hmm.
go to playoffs in Fall River and play a Beirut tournament every Thursday. And a lot of times, like when my cousin was still alive, him and I would go to No Probs and eat before we went to Fall River, and it was good times. But yeah, they leaned into the mask thing during COVID, and they were like, "No mask, no taco," and I was just like, "Cool, like I'm not coming into your establishment then."
Yeah.
And I've done pretty good. I've held strong on most of the places I said I would never go back to when they treated people like second class citizens for not falling into the lie of COVID. And
Yep.
I've stayed strong. I've boycotted most of the places I said I wouldn't go to. I have not gone back to. So, and unfortunately, No Probs is one. And I got to say, I don't really miss it. But anyway,
No, hey, again, that's fine. And speaking of getting diarrhea from things, Tim Walz, everybody.
yeah,
So yeah, we're getting back on track for that. He has officially stepped out of the race, the gubernatorial race that was coming up in this year's
yep, 2026. He will not be
midterms.
he will not be running for a third term as governor of Minnesota.
And
And you'll
yeah,
never believe who he's going to blame for that.
well, besides Nick Shirley, everybody that believes Nick Shirley and the evidence that he put forward. Now you can question Nick Shirley's footage,
Well,
motivations, and whatever you want until the cows come home. But the fact remains, none of what he put out there now over a week ago, going on 2 weeks, so this Friday, uh, has been disproven.
yeah,
It's especially when it comes to the fraud. Initially, they're like, "Oh, well, he filmed this during Christmas break. Of course, nobody's going to be there." We already touched on this last week, Joey, but
hmm
he didn't film it during Christmas break. And even if
he
he
did not.
did, Somalis don't celebrate it, so they wouldn't
Yeah,
be. They shouldn't be closed.
that's the funniest part to me is they're like he filmed it during Christmas break for people who don't celebrate Christmas, but it's still Christmas break. Like, wait a minute, I thought this was people. No, it did no. That excuse did not fly at all.
No, maybe he filmed it in advance and put out, teaser trailers for it in advance, which he did, and then released it when it was ready, which maybe just so happened to be, but also could have been planned during a time where a lot of people have a couple of days off, maybe at least.
Maybe,
And so
and that's a
there
big
it
maybe.
is. But I mean, regardless of the exact timing of it being dropped, uh, it still would have gained as much traction as it did, I believe, because of
Yes,
what
I
it's
agree.
pointing out and how egregious it is.
So in Tim Walz's I want to say his tweet that he posted, his word salad that he posted about dropping out of
Yeah,
the
I
race.
I can bring it up unless you want to
I'm
bring
looking
it
at
up.
the third paragraph in, and again, like I said, you're never going to believe who he blames this on. He says, "I won't mince words here. Donald Trump and his allies in Washington, St. Paul, and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in America to raise a family. They've already begun by taking our tax dollars that were meant to help families afford child care, and they have no intention of stopping there." Now, you might be shocked that he's blaming Donald Trump and the
Okay.
Republicans. I mean, shocking. I know. Like who saw that one coming? But my favorite part of this is when he says that they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in America to raise a family. Which, if you remember, Tim Walz put out all those statistics a couple weeks ago about how great Minnesota is, and everybody was like, "Where did you get these numbers? Like, who came up with these?" And he was like, don't worry about it. It was just trust us. And they never cited a source for any of it. So he's lying there. And then he says, but already begun by taking our tax dollars that are meant to help families afford childcare. Yeah, that you're using to fucking give to Somalian immigrants who are defrauding the tax base. Like,
Yes.
the taxpayers. What the fuck? Like, no, they're not taking the tax money. They're stopping you from giving it to people who don't deserve it and shouldn't have it.
Yeah, because let's make no mistake here, Joey and everybody else that's listening and watching. He's not doing this because it's the right thing to do. He's doing it because he's going to be prosecuted.
He's going to be prosecuted, and basically he understands that his chance of winning a third term went out the window with Nick Shirley's video.
Completely out the window, and it took under 2 weeks for that to happen.
It's like the South Park episode, and we're gonna run for a third term, and it's gone. We were just leading in the polls, and it's gone. This is for customers with the bank only. Please, sir, step outside.
Mm-hmm. It's 100% like that.
He's completely fucked. Again, like you say, he's going to get prosecuted. People are going to go to jail for this one, and I do believe that. I do believe that something will come from this, because the evidence is so overwhelming that you can't turn a blind eye to it at this point. Like, even if you're the feds,
and that's what I was saying to my friends over the weekend. Actually, since this happened a couple weeks ago, Massachusetts doesn't have like a big Somali demographic, and
yet we don't have a big Somali demographic.
But we have plenty of other groups. Who's to say they're not doing this same kind of racket? Because we're a fucking blue ass state. We have our pockets of Republicans here and there in the rural areas, the wooded areas. The good old boys hunting areas in Massachusetts.
I mean, shit, Dartmouth was 50-50 for Trump.
Dartmouth only lost. Trump only lost Dartmouth by like 3 votes or something like that.
I think it was 18 or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was double digit.
Something absurd.
It was such a low number though. I was like shocked by it.
Me too.
But he won He won Westport. He won Acushnet. As far as like this area goes.
Yep, New Bedford still went full retard and voted for the cackling cunt and Tampin Tim. But
this is bringing the attention now here, because now they're starting to look at daycare centers in the Boston region, because there's like 4,000 within like a 20-mile radius of Boston.
Trav, let's just apply our adult thinking caps, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know, and Elon exposed a lot of this through Doge. We know that there is an immense amount of fraud that is being committed, and at the expense of the taxpayers.
Always has been.
That it only is happening in Minnesota with Somalis, you would have to be completely you would just have to be completely blind and retarded in a lot of ways to believe that that's it. This stretches so fucking far and deep, and I guarantee you it's happening in red states too.
Yeah, it would be naive to not think it's happening in every state to some degree. Yeah,
because what's the problem? Like, we know the fundamental problems with our government, right? That we have, in order to even get elected, you have to be blessed by a lobby or lobbyists to even get the nod to go in, and then you have to do the bidding of those lobbyists once you get in, and you're beholden to them for your entire career. Yes, you'll get rich, but you're not helping your constituents like you claim you are. That's all an act, which is why Hollywood and all this other shit is like, it's all the same. It's all just a big fucking facade. And we know this, and now we're starting to see it because thank God Elon Musk bought Twitter. Like, thank God they banned the Babylon Bee from Twitter and set this whole thing in motion. Because could you imagine if Elon hadn't bought Twitter, Trump would have lost the election. They would have stolen it again. The legacy media would have buried it, and everybody would and we would be living in a world of shit right now.
Well, I don't know if I could go as far to say that he would have lost the election, but the platform itself would,
because they would have done the same shit that they did, because they would have banned everybody and anybody off of Twitter who spoke out against it, just like that Jack Dorsey did in 2020.
Yes.
And they shut people down. They shut down Joe Rogan. They shut down Dan Bongino. They shut down everybody off of Twitter, and they throttled them down, and they made sure that they couldn't say anything bad about COVID, about the election, about election integrity, anything like that got silenced. That
Well,
all would have been gone. We
I,
would have not had Nick Shirley wouldn't exist.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying I don't think Trump lost that election just because of that. I think it was actual voter fraud because I watched it happen on television.
Well, that too. But the thing is but now we've been able to expose the voter fraud. Like, we know there was those 300,000 votes for Biden in Georgia that were completely fraudulent.
Yeah,
We know that in Minnesota, all you have to do is like go up and like vouch for 8 people, who don't have ID, and be like, no, they're good, they're legal. And they're like, okay, here's your ballots. Like, we know all that now because Elon bought Twitter, and people are allowed to have a free exchange of ideas and information. Without that, without that platform and the ability to do that, the Democrats would have found a way. They would have found a way to steal the election from Trump again, and we would never be allowed to talk about it. Hillary Clinton literally was talking about putting MAGA Trump supporters in what did she call them? Deprogramming camps.
yeah, that's right.
Just another way for prison camp for people that don't agree with me.
I mean, that term's been used before.
Out of her fucking mouth. Like, you can look the video up. That's not me making it up. Like,
no, yeah, she said it. I remember
she
that.
said it. Like, that shit, that's fucking crazy. Like, that is absolutely crazy. The whole point of a democracy, the whole point of a functioning society, like we said earlier, we need those limp-wristed beta males whose wives have boyfriends. We need them. They fill a role in society, whether we like it or not, whether we don't elevate them to like elite status. Sometimes we do on accident.
Even if it's just to remind us that guys like you and I are men, and they are not.
Right. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, man, I'll tell you what, bro. Like, you and I both know, like I have personal people that I know personally who are married that every time they get an opportunity to fuck somebody else, they do. And then, like, when I see their husband on like social media championing their wife, like, she's our rock, she's everything, she's our family, she does so much, mom of the year, female power, go feminism. And I'm like, bro, like, my homeboy was just booty blasting your wife in the fucking Moby Dick Motel on Route 6 like last week. Like,
and you think he gives a shit about any of the stuff that you just said? No, because he's just railing your wife.
Yeah, and he showed me the videos to prove it, and she looked like she was enjoying herself. So I'm just saying, but like, like, that shit really fucking happens. Like, but we need those people to fill a role, right? Just the same way we need to have people that have differing ideas, like, because sometimes, admittedly, yes, you and I, like, our tank of empathy runs on fumes most days.
Yes,
because we don't give a shit. So sometimes we need somebody that does have a little bit of empathy to remind us that, like,
no, we need the balance.
It doesn't have to be all cold and hard. Like, we do need to have some warm, loving, grace to us, if you will, at certain points. And that's true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true. We need that. And that's what we needed. The Democrats didn't want any of that. They don't want anybody on the right to have an idea. And I'll quote Dan Bongino on this because he says it and he puts it perfectly. The left thinks the right are bad people with ideas. The right thinks the left are people with bad ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of the most true anecdotes I've ever heard in my life.
It is that simple when it comes to explaining that. Yeah, he hit the nail on the head for sure with that one.
They want us erased. They think that the only thing standing between them and Nirvana is Republicans, is MAGA and Trump and all this shit. We're like, no, dude, like, you don't understand. Like, you need us.
It's the same.
Who's gonna protect you?
Nobody, because they're incapable of doing it themselves. But these are the same people that were cheering and actually upset that Trump wasn't successfully assassinated, and then cheering Charlie Kirk's assassination. Exactly. And now they're crying for Maduro to be released.
A legitimate narco-terrorist.
It's like a tweet I saw, or a quote, or a meme. I forget where I saw it exactly, but it said, oh, like, the left, no kings, 7 months ago. And now they take down a literal dictator acting as a king, and they're like, no, not like that.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, we don't want it to do it like that. We want you to do it our way, and we want our kings to be our kings and your kings to be no kings.
Because that guy was a socialist, and he was doing Venezuela so good. Like, they had so much food, they had to kill their own pets to eat.
Yeah, no shit, right? Like this was, and I think at one point, like during, like I think like just before the Iraqi war kicked off, I'm pretty sure Venezuela was the number one exporter of oil in the world, or at least they were our number. We bought the majority of our oil from Venezuela.
I think at least the second half of what you said is true.
Yes, we definitely bought the. We definitely bought the. I know the majority of our oil through the '90s into, I believe, like 2000. I think like 99 it started to taper off. We started getting more of our. We started getting more oil from the Middle East, but
yeah.
And ourselves. But we imported a shit ton of oil from Venezuela because it's right there. It was, you know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, it's like what, like a fucking 6-hour fucking ride for a boat from Venezuela to Galveston, and it's like, there you go, like
pretty much.
you know,
Yeah, it's not that
know,
far, and they don't even have to go through.
I'll ask my dad tomorrow because he made that run a billion times.
Yeah.
But you know, it was right there. So when we have that, like they were a very prosperous country at one point
Until they went socialist.
And then they went socialist, and they've gone into the shitter ever since. And it's not a coincidence. Like, and I was telling my wife, my wife was asking me, she's like, because she's been pretty apolitical her whole life. She only started paying attention to politics maybe like, I would say probably about 10 years ago when Trump ran, you know, and we were older at that point. Like we were out of our parents' houses. We were living on our own. Like elections started to have some importance, especially the local ones. And I would always preach that to her. But she never she didn't care about Democrats and Republicans and this, that, the other thing and laws. She's just like, whatever, it's going to be what it's going to be. And I just got to deal with it.
Sure.
And so, but then as like, you know, most people, as they get older, they started paying more attention to politics. You know, it's like model trains. It's just, you know, it's what you do as you get older. And
it just happens.
So it just happens. You don't see it coming. Just all of a sudden one day you're in a fucking hobby store and you're like, hey man, I'm really looking for the Santa Fe Master Chief. You guys got that? Like, like,
and it happens sooner to others than some others.
Correct. So my wife started getting involved with it and like started paying attention. And I was explaining to her, I was like, you know, and she's like, I don't get it. She's like, why do these people think that this communist socialist bullshit works? She's like, everywhere you look, it's a fucking dud. And I said, the problem is they're so, again, they're overeducated, meaning indoctrinated, that they've gone to these higher educations. They think they're so smart, and they have this smug ass fucking attitude about them, this air of superiority that is completely undeserving. They think that socialism they think communism can be, it's great on paper. It just hasn't been done right yet. And you're like,
it's such a fallacy, that argument.
Exactly. and I'm like, that's the problem, is that they think that like, oh no, we're the smartest ones to do it. We would make it work. But they don't understand that absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you put people in power that are completely based off of nepotism and not merit, then you end up with a failed state like the Soviet Union. Like it happens time and time again, country after country, all through history. They all fail. So for you, and again, that's that liberal arrogance that I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, I've got some stuff you should read.
It's hubris at this point.
Yeah, like they just think that they know the answers and you're just too dumb to figure it out. Kind of like with, you know, minorities getting IDs and you know, voter ID. It's like, well, black people don't know where the RMV is, and you know, they go on the street and they ask a black guy, like, you know where the RMV is? Like, yeah, it's on the corner of 6th and 23rd. Like, go there all the time. Like, yeah, what's the problem?
Had to renew my fucking plates the other day.
Yeah, right. Like black people, like minorities or blacks. In this case, it was the black people, because they always say like, well, they don't have access to like the internet and things like that. And the black people are like, the fuck you talking? I've had the internet since 2001. The fuck you talking about? Like, since 96, I've had the internet. Like, a cable modem since 2001. You fuck. Like, You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, you treat these people like they're so stupid. But that's the thing. Liberals are so inherently racist. They don't even like stop to self-reflect and realize the shit that they're saying and doing is racist.
And that comes right back to Tim Walz. Why do you think he was covering up for all this stuff? Now that this is yet to be proven officially, but all signs point to it happening because of those pockets of Somalians. They all vote the same way. So as long as you're providing something for them, they're going to vote for you.
Correct.
That's at least like 100,000 votes.
And here's the thing: if Tim Walz falls out of favor with Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz doesn't win the governorship of Minnesota.
And she's another one that is she's on the chopping block for sure.
How she's hasn't been denaturalized and deported yet is.
I mean, she should have been from the get-go.
I mean, listen.
That's just my opinion.
I just don't understand how people can just sit there and look at her and be like, yeah, no, that's a strength of our country.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, she hates your country. She literally tells you all the time that we are going to make Americans bend the knee to Somalis. Like, we are going to take them over. Like, she says it in plain ass English.
Yeah, and she doesn't mince her words.
Sometimes in that click clack languagey shit that she uses. Whatever they speak in Somalia. I'd say Durka Muhammad Jihad, but whatever. It's something.
But that's another region.
But it's a lot more like click click boop, tongue click click, and all that kind of shit. So, but yeah, their whole like there's a reason why Somalians come to America and no one's fleeing to Somalia. Like, yeah, it's
because it's not a nice place to live.
Yeah.
There's not much opportunity there.
It would be beautiful. It's right on the coast. It's like right there in the Indian Ocean. Like, it's probably pretty fucking dope, to be honest.
Oh yeah, the coastal parts actually look really nice.
Yeah, but the problem is that and we always talk about it, and here's the other thing too, and this is kind of the biggest point I think that we need to realize as Americans. Yes, we can demonize the Somalians because they're the ones that are taking advantage of us. Kind of like they're the front line of it. But just remember that their country has an average IQ of 65. Okay? They did not come up with this scam. They're just running a scam that someone else taught them.
And it's easy for anybody with a sub-Gump IQ to understand.
Correct. And the scam, yes, it's being carried out by the Somalis, because they're the ones that are being purchased to vote for they're being purchased to vote for the people that came up with the scam.
Yes.
And their vote, the scam is the reward for their vote.
Yeah, you come here, we'll make sure you get everything you need, and you don't even actually have to be a legal citizen. Just vote this way.
Yep.
You'll be fine.
Just keep voting for the guy with the D next to his name and you'll be fine.
Yep, that's all you need to know.
Yep. Meanwhile, they're over there fucking again. And Nick Shirley, if you haven't watched the video yet, I highly encourage you to. It's worth every minute.
I did. I listened to it at work.
Yep. And
listening to it was just as effective as watching it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's doing awesome work. So, and today I loved his tweet today that he quote tweeted, reposted Tim Walz's tweet, and he said, "I ended Tim Walz" in all caps.
He posted other memes of that like on Instagram as well before.
Which is fucking awesome.
It was great.
And to think, but you know what the scariest part about this whole thing is, Trav? There is a lot of people that we are close with, that we talk to all the time, that thought that Tim Walz absolutely should have been vice president of the United States.
I was going to touch on that earlier. A little earlier. Look at the two bullets we dodged, not having Kamala as president and him as VP. This is all you need to know, that this wouldn't have worked as...
Dude, it would have been the end of our country.
Imagine the fraud they would have done in that position, in those two positions, I should say. It would have been I mean, it's already unprecedented in just one state. Now it's potentially going to be exposed as multiple states as part of a democratic, run thing. If this would have been them in power, bows out of the race and is in disgrace, I have to say. Like, there's no
Yep.
way he's coming out of this clean. Even if it does seem like it doesn't seem that he's innocent of anything, but innocent until proven guilty, of course. But it's not looking good for him.
Yeah, I can go ahead and listen, I might not be the smartest guy in the room everywhere I go, but my bullshit meter is very rarely off. And let's be real, Tim Walz is absolutely culpable in this. And
He has to be.
He's because you can't have this level of fraud without and just nobody noticing. Like, you're either if he is somehow innocent in terms of not knowing, then he is the most incompetent, retarded moron to ever be elected to office.
Yeah, so at best, he was asleep at the wheel as governor.
Which,
at best.
And that doesn't help anything. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make it better.
And at the worst, he knew all about this and was just sweeping it under the rug.
Which is what I believe to be the case.
Same.
Because
but
I don't think, as a governor, there's no way in hell you can't know this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is, even if they were on your team, they're gonna be like, yeah, man, like, listen, we got all those Somalian voters, we know how, and they're like, yup, wink and a nod. They all know. Like, there's just no fucking way they couldn't have known or didn't know. And again, you're either incredibly ignorant or you're incredibly incompetent. So which one is it?
That kind of voting reminds me of Gangs of New York, where they're petitioning for people to vote for them in the in the 5 points. Yep. And it's just, they're just beating the shit out of it. Each like, no, you're voting Tammany, or you're not. Like,
yeah, you're voting for Flaherty.
Yeah, so that kind of.
I'm voting for McAvoy, and you're like, fuck you.
But it's not that same. It's because the violence isn't there. Right. At least not to that level of intimidation of voting. But it is. Oh, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We welcome all Somalians, as long as it. But hey, we'll give you all this shit, but you got to vote for us, otherwise it goes away.
Somalians are fucking scumbags anyway.
But what it is you vote this way, otherwise.
Scumbag people.
Hey, I can't say they are or they aren't. I don't know any of them personally.
All I know is Black Hawk Down was like the PG version of what really happened over there. So,
well, there's that good Netflix doc for one of the survivors is a part of from the actual incident.
Oh, really?
It's good.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but you can look it up on. Actually, I'll look up the name now.
Yeah, like they cut dudes' dicks off and shoved them in their mouths and.
Oh yeah.
Like did things to their bodies that just desecrated them in ways that you couldn't even imagine. Kind of like we saw on October 7th, in Israel a couple years ago.
Yes.
Which is why I drove by Route 6 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, and, it's a series and it's called Surviving Black Hawk Down.
Okay, well that's easy to find.
It's a good watch.
I will check it out.
And yeah, it's
excuse me.
The main guy they feature in it. He was part of the operation and survived it.
Yeah. No, that was the shit they did. Like if you read some of the books and stuff that was written on it, the stuff the Somalians did to the guys they captured was like, dude, it was horrendous. Like it was
barbaric,
way worse than what the movie portrayed.
Yeah, and the movie's pretty brutal too.
The movie, yeah, that was like no walk in the park as far as the movie goes, but yeah,
but no, they had to tone it down because it's a movie. It's the same with like,
right, yeah. If they made the movie out of real life, people would have been mortified.
No, it would have had to have been all documentary footage and presented in that way, and like this is just it,
right? That
sort of thing, and without any kind of narrative. It's just this is the footage, that sort of thing.
Right.
But yeah, I highly recommend that. I'm probably gonna watch that again soon because it is a good watch.
I might have to check that out tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna get much racing in tonight because I'm not a huge fan of the schedule this week, but
Well, get it in when you can, and I'm good calling it now if you are, man.
yeah, I think that's a good spot
I
to
think we
stop.
covered everything that we needed to say in terms of the topics we went over. Like,
did we touch on South Park? Did we do that? We did that at the beginning, right?
uh,
Or was that
it,
before the show?
that was pre stream, but we can go over that quickly. So,
Yeah, real
yes,
quick.
go ahead.
We
Yeah,
don't, have to spend, we don't have to spend a shit ton of time on it, but uh, for those that have been paying attention, we've obviously been listening to the show. We covered the whole South Park season. We
Yep.
both. I gave it an F minus. I think it's the worst season they've ever done.
And I agree.
I don't think it's even close. It's not even close. There's no season that pales that can come as close to being as shitty as this one was. And of course, within 2 weeks of the season ending, Trav, they give the critics, the film critics, whatever. What was the name of the agency?
You sent it to me. I'll look it
Hold
up.
on, I'll pull it up right now. It was the critics, and I think this is what pissed everybody off about this season. Is we knew we didn't like the direction South Park was going with it. The season failed. I hope this pisses off Matt and Trey more, and gets them off of this whatever.
Makes them
brave. They get a Critics' Choice Award,
even though they made fun of Trump before, and it was funnier.
Correct,
and not just a literal reskin of Saddam Hussein.
Yes, it was just. So right on cue, the Hollywood libs come out and they're like, "Yep, this is the greatest animated TV show of all time," and we're like, "Fuck you, dude!" You're not again. They're not even trying to hide it. It's just you. They went hard in the paint on Trump and the Trump administration. They made fun of all the right people for the libs, and now they're going to get showered with a watch. This is probably going to be the first in a long line of awards they're going to get for this season.
And most of it,
it's pretty much unanimously agreed amongst South Park diehards that this is the worst season they've ever had.
Yeah, because most of it wasn't funny. At least when it came to those things that they were making fun of.
Correct.
We've both said this 1,000 times already on the show, but it bears repeating because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
They went for the low-hanging fruit. They went for the easy Trump shots. And it was just what Kimmel, Colbert, Fallon, all those talentless hacks do. With the lazy jokes and, Trump has a small dick and blah, blah, blah. That was funny the first episode because before we started recording tonight, I told you I rewatched the first 2 episodes and it was like, okay, I can see where, but hindsight's 20/20, obviously knowing all of it and how it played out.
Right.
And, didn't play out because it was all for nothing.
Right, exactly. It was just a fucking waste of time.
But it was like, I see what they were doing with this first 2 episodes at least, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, there's promise here. And then knowing what I knew going beyond that, it's just like even a bigger disappointment. So yeah, I don't recommend watching any of them again.
No, it has the season had zero rewatchability. It wasn't great in the moment. I wanted it to be great. I was waiting for it to be great. I kept telling everybody don't worry, they always have a plan. It'll come full circle. Trust me. And then it didn't, and they let me down. They made me a liar, and that pissed me off.
Well, not necessarily. You weren't a liar. You truly believed. You weren't a liar.
I did. I wasn't lying. But they made me look like a liar.
Well, they made a fool out of you. They made a fool out of me because I believe the same thing, man.
They made me look like a sycophant. You know what I mean? I was just sitting there no, it's the best show ever. No matter what they do, I always love it. And this is the first time in my life I can literally go back to season 1. This is the only season that I'm like, this season was not good. It sucked.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode of South Park that wasn't funny or wasn't great until this year. And that fucking blows. That's crazy to think.
Because they've always been great at satire, especially once they were able to make an episode within 6 days.
Yeah.
That made them even better. But this is the first time they truly fumbled the bag.
And then on top, and then them getting this award, Trav, it literally proves every single thing that we thought during this season that we said we talked about, that they were either bought and paid getting this award, an award they've never even, I don't even know if they've been nominated, but not many times.
And it's not
Never won
it's a pretty meaningless award. It's
really, but it just goes to prove that the
but now they finally win
powers
it.
that be, the Hollywood elite, they all just sat there and they were just, again, they're just glad dicking each other, saying, "Great job, you really showed them." Like, so stunning and brave. Like,
Well, a glaring part of that to me too is they've come full circle now because, but not in a good way, because they used to make fun. They've always made fun of whatever is the most predominant like influence on culture. So back when they started and they were able to make things episodes quick, I'm Redditor idiot.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It sounds like a bunch of fucking losers on Reddit got to have like a say in what the season was going to be about.
Yeah, it just didn't. The soul was sucked out of it. It just wasn't there.
I almost wonder, I almost wonder too, maybe they were playing like 4D chess, and they were like,
that's what I was hoping for.
We're gonna do all these Trump episodes, and then hope like the Trump administration sues Paramount, because that's who we're really pissed at, and like lose Paramount a bunch of money after they paid us a bunch of money, because now they're gonna have to go to fucking court and fight them.
Yeah,
on our behalf. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Like, again, we'll probably never know the answer to that, so it's all moot anyway.
Yeah, because of how much money was involved, and that's another 5-year deal. So if we do find out, and they don't re-sign, we might not know it forever at all.
Yeah.
Or maybe for another 20 years, for sure. Maybe that Matt and Trey are on their deathbeds holding hands, and then they decide to release that information. But it just really fell on its face, and hopefully my interpretation of the last episode, at least the last scene, is an indication of them acknowledging that, okay, we kind of got too far away from...
They didn't lack self-awareness. They realized it sucked, and they kind of know it sucked.
And they realized that the entire season was a wash at that point, and like, all right, we're done. We're restarting, hitting the reset button, so to speak, and here we go. We'll see when it happens. That's all I can hope for.
I'm not losing faith in Matt and Trey yet. I'm gonna still keep my faith in them.
Yes,
their body of work has at least bought them enough good grace that I will gladly give them a second, third, and even probably a fourth chance to get back on track and do what it is that they do best, because they've never disappointed me in almost 30 years. I've never been let down by that show
until now. And
I'll
give them.
I feel like there was outside powers and things that we aren't privy to that were in play here, and we'll see. But them getting this award, this Critics' Choice Award, come on, dude! Like, that's just way too convenient.
It is.
Please. Stop pissing in my face and telling me it's raining.
Exactly, just like Judge Judy once said.
Ah, yes.
And we usually always said,
or like Sully from your favorite band, Godsmack, said, "I'm pissing into the wind." Did you hear they're coming out? They're in the studio. They're going to be releasing a new album. I know you're super excited for that.
Yeah, where he doesn't sound like himself anymore because he can't sing the way he used to.
It's all right. They'll auto-tune it. It'll be fine.
He popped a testicle or something, so he can't sing with a lower register anymore. It's weird.
I just know you hate Godsmack, so it's just funny. Every time I see anything like Godsmack news, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna send this to Trav.
Yeah, they're just lame. I
think they kind of are. They've got a couple of good songs that I liked over the years, but as a catalog, no, thank you. I'm all set.
No, they're like the harder version of Nickelback to me.
Oh, that too. Yeah, they're a heavier Nickelback. But
it's the same form. It's just you can play any of our songs on the radio, and they're fine at most people. Maybe less than Nickelback, but
I work.
It's the same easy fucking. We're not taking any risks and doing anything different when it comes to playing music.
We are who we are, and we're gonna be who we are.
And now Sully can't sing the way he used to, so now he sounds like a fucking emo dude.
I worked with a guy for a little bit that was he's in a Godsmack cover band. I was like, ooh, brutal.
That's when you hand him the pamphlet. So you've ruined your life.
Yeah. Don't make me tap the sign.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was like, oh, Godsmack cover band. I was like, ugh. I was like, so you know like 6 chords? That's what you're saying? Like, play them in different orders.
Oh, but he uses a wah pedal.
Yeah, true.
I mean, same can be said about Kirk Hammett.
Hey, don't drag Kirk Hammett into the same conversation as
Kirk
Godsmack.
Hammett's also all wah pedal.
That's fine. Kirk Hammett is great. Kirk Hammett is a god, okay?
In this house, Kirk Hammett's a goddamn hero.
I will not tolerate Kirk Hammett slander on this channel.
You understand? No, I respect them all, but
it besmirch Kirk Hammett's good name by bringing him up in a conversation about Godsmack. Not happening. I'll allow it with Dave Mustaine, but that's for obvious reasons.
Well, along with the new Megadeth album that I'm not going to listen to, I'll also not listen to the new Godsmack album.
I kind of want to listen to the new Megadeth album just to see how shitty it is, just so I can hate it, because I know I will.
I might give the first track a try.
My only fear is that there's going to be a song on there. I'm like, oh, that song's actually kind of sweet.
No, the guitar work is probably, and the musicianship is probably good. It's just once Dave starts singing.
Oh, yeah, when Dave Mustaine opens his mouth and just like, there it goes. Okay, my boner's gone.
Oh, yeah, this is why I don't like them.
Yeah. And that's my thing. Like I told you about the first time I listened to Power Trip, and I remember listening to the intro of like the Executioner's Tax, and I'm like, and I'm bobbing my head. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm just sitting there, like, please don't be gay vocals. Please don't be gay vocals. Please don't be gay vocals.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns out Riley Gale was a fucking god. And you're like, holy shit, this dude fucking slays.
Yes.
And it was awesome. But I was like, but yeah, I was like, in my head, I was like, please don't be Dave Mustaine. Please don't be Dave Mustaine.
It's my favorite song of theirs is probably Hangar 18 because Mustaine singing in it, but it's mostly an instrumental. And it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
But other than that, yeah, I'm not big on him. Lost you there.
Yeah, lost you.
All right, got you back.
Okay. Megadeth had some decent stuff, but it's just so hard to get past Dave's lyrics because it's like I don't know, Dave Mustaine's lyrics. I feel like Dave Mustaine trained Evanescence in how to write lyrics. You know, like they went to like Evanescence went to the Dave Mustaine school of writing lyrics. Like, let's just write the fucking gayest shit that like a 13-year-old suburban white girl would write. In Evanescence's case, you know, like Evanescence sings about stuff that like 14-year-old girls write in their diary, and you're like, that shouldn't be coming out of a grown person's mouth. Dave Mustaine writes like a 13-year-old like sci-fi nerd boy, like writes a comic book or something, and it's just like, yeah, it's metal brain corrodes, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dave Mustaine?
Corrodes.
Yeah, bit. Which, I mean, yeah. And like, that song's actually not bad if you can ignore the lyrics. It's not bad, like because it's like it's pretty heavy. It's got a good bop to it, but then you just like you listen to the words and you're like, this is dumb as fuck.
Well, yeah, because the riff there is good. But then he starts singing.
Yeah, exactly. And then Dave has to open his mouth, and just I love it. See, this is why I love this podcast because we can just randomly go off on fucking hating Dave Mustaine for no reason. It's great.
Yeah, from hating.
One of my favorite parts of this podcast is
from hating
at any given moment.
Exactly,
Dave Mustaine can catch a stray.
Hey, nobody's safe here at the adult table.
Definitely not Dave Mustaine though.
Especially him. He comes up more than probably Biden.
Yeah, actually, you're probably not wrong. If we went back and counted how many times we've mentioned Dave Mustaine versus Joe Biden.
Well, granted, when we started this, it was
election night.
Just before the election last. Going up. Well,
But
It
even
will
still,
be 2 years in the fall.
we were probably like, Joe Biden is the Dave Mustaine of presidents.
That might be giving Joe Biden too much credit.
Yeah, I know. Because at least Dave Mustaine could play guitar.
And he was an original member of Metallica, so
He
like
was.
he's a part of something important. Joe Biden is not.
No, he is not.
Not him in Congress or as a senator, not him as president or vice president. Yeah, that guy just sucks.
Yeah, he really does. He just puts the whole phallus right there on his Adam's apple
For the world to see. But you know
Indeed.
who doesn't do that, Joey? All our
Us.
viewers and listeners. That's right.
This is
folks.
true, which we love and adore because they're all awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you to each and every one of you. I think this is going to be it, right, Joey? For now?
Yeah, I think we're good. You're good. I think that covered everything. The only thing we talked about that we didn't talk about was South Park. So we got that. We did that. We hit.
Yeah,
that.
we did because we already talked. We didn't need to go over the season again.
No. We just wanted to talk about how they won that award from these fucking douchebag fucking Hollywood elites. You know, and it's like, yeah, of course they did. They made fun of Trump. Oh, they gave him an award. Wow, what a shock. Fuck you.
Well, they did before and didn't give it to them then. So
correct.
I mean, this is more explicit the way they did it, of course.
Well, that's the thing. They put Trump's face on it. They didn't masquerade Garrison as Trump, and whatever.
And of course, it was the weakest season that they've ever made. So
exactly, literally every diehard South Park fan that I know is like, yeah, that season sucked.
Any other season they could have given that to, and it'd be like, yeah, I get it.
Even the South Park fans that I know that are like lean left, they were like, yeah, what the fuck was all that? Like, come on. Like they're like, I love the Trump hate, but it was stupid.
It was too much.
It didn't work. It just didn't work.
It simply did not. But what does work?
Cheers to you. Cheers to our listeners. Cheers to I might have to well, we'll talk. I'll text you. We might need to keep it quick next Monday night because we get a playoff game. Monday night
sure thing.
Game, which really throws a fucking wrench into my Monday night plans. I thought we were done with Monday Night Football, and I forgot they do one on Wild Card weekend.
Well, we could always reschedule later in the week if possible, or just hold off. Up to you, man. But I can do a shorter one.
I'd rather do the short one on Monday Night Football because the following week, the 19th, should my Miami Hurricanes and my brother's Oregon Ducks advance to the national championship. We are going somewhere to watch that game, so I won't be around to do a show. So I'd rather do a short one next week rather than do nothing for 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
Because
I'm down.
I do enjoy doing this show.
Absolutely, dude. This is my weekly therapy. Basically,
it's just good to come and talk some shit.
Other than me going out and walking in the woods, this is how I clear my head.
Oh, which, by the way, speaking of walking in the woods while you're high and doing all sorts of fun drugs, go watch the Big Les show.
Hell yeah.
You got to watch that with the Sasquatches. It's fucking great.
Oh, yes, that's right. The Big Les.
You'll love it. Yeah, Big Les show.
Yep, that's right.
So, anyway. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week, guys. Thank you for listening. Yes. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate every one of you motherfuckers. Have a good night, everybody, and Happy New Year once again.